Kenya is preparing for the next general election, which is going to be held on Monday, and the country is in very many ways trying to prevent the recurrence of the last poll in December 2007, which ended in bloodshed, killing at least 1,000 people in that post-election violence. But what we're seeing now are emerging trends that some may think and refer to as scary. Two of our reporters have gone on the field and are preparing a story for you, and this is just some of what you should expect.
Tangu tuchomea tulalangi. Unalalaga tu ukijuaga tu anytime unaweza toka mbio.
Kila mtu ako prepare, kila kijana ule ako kwa game yetu.
Kama ni watu ambao wamefungwa kamba, hao tusilikuwa wamesalimu amri, kwa nini wauawe?
This nomination, the way it took place, there's a reason why there was no war in Kisumu County.
Gangs for hire, they're here to stay. That is what Armies of the Underworld is promising to bring you this evening. But I'm now joined in studio by the two people, yes, that's right, two of them, who are behind this story. Senior investigative reporter Dennis Onsarigo and our senior political reporter Asha Mwilu. Two senior journalists, two different fields, working on one story. How did this come about?
This story, of course, was first brought about by my colleague Asha Mwilu. She had contacts in Mombasa. I also had contacts in Kisumu, so we decided, why can't we do this story together? That's how we decided to run this story, the two of us.
Okay, without giving away too much of what to expect this evening, what is the story generally about, and what should people expect to see?
Probably I could answer your first question again and the second one. The reason why we're doing the story together is because I'm from the political field and he's from investigative. And when you talk about gangs for hire, especially during the election season, those are two fields that come together, the crime and the politics. And so it would make sense to have two people who are really experienced in covering stories in these two fields working on such a project, because we don't want to see a repeat, as you said, of the 2007 post-election violence. And these are issues that should be brought to light before we go to the poll on Monday.
Onsarigo.
The reason why we decided to do it is because there have been calls from every quarter that we should have peaceful elections on Monday. And again, these calls have been from politicians, from people on social media across the country, middle class. But there are areas that need to be addressed. And we went to Kisumu, where we have people professed to be members of criminal gangs who profess to be leaders of criminal gangs. We went to Madare area, where we've had cases of arson attacks on innocent civilians. You have just seen them from that promo. Those are serious concerns. Those are real voices from Madare. People say we're not sure if we are likely to be safe come Monday or before Monday. And when you go to Mombasa, the same happens. There are gangs there, and the area provincial police officers know about it. But again, normally what police will tell you, we're on top of things. But what...
Okay, the words you're using and also the words in the promo, gangs, violence, tribalism, gangs for hire, these are not words which evoke peace. They're not peaceful messages, they inspire fear, and a lot of people might say this is the wrong time to be airing such a documentary.
Yes, I know since we started airing the promo, there's been a lot of concern about how alarming the story could be. But the truth of the matter is that amidst the peace messages, amidst the politicians coming together to say, you know, we're peaceful, we're preaching peace, there'll be no violence on Monday, there are things that are happening underground. And as journalists, it's our responsibility to bring these things to light.
Okay. Onsarigo, in your estimation as an investigative journalist, you've been doing this for a really long time. How would you compare the situation in the story that you're going to be airing tonight with the situation in 2007?
I am not an expert. I'm not a policeman.
No, but you are an investigative journalist.
But most of the violence in 2007 was spontaneous, and this has been a question of debate across. I mean, we have cases at ICC, those areas we don't want to go into. But as we speak now, it appears that police are saying they're on top of things. But again, as I said, there are serious concerns out there.
Yeah.
That indeed, as much as we have what we are likely to see to be either small criminal gangs or small groupings, these are serious concerns. As we speak now, the Inspector General of Police is on record the other day saying that leaflets are being distributed across in some parts, in Kisumu, in Naivasha, in Eldoret, and maybe there are small pockets of people living in these areas. These are serious concerns. People need to be assured that indeed our security is guaranteed, our personal safety is guaranteed during this election period. Those are areas that need to be addressed.
And also something else, it's not to show that police are not on their A game when it comes to security during elections, but you know, generally Kenyans find it easier to speak to journalists about the things that happen in, you know, where they're from, you know, as opposed to going to the police, definitely because of the security aspect of it. And so this story would also be a chance for the police to see which areas could possibly be a hotspot, which politicians may be involved in such security scares, and deal with them.
Before I let you go, because I'm being told that we've run out of time, you did mention that you've gone into different areas. Kisumu, you said Mathare, where else?
We've been to Mombasa, we've been to Kwale, we've been to Kilifi.
Those are very many areas. How long did it take you to compile the story so that when someone watches it, they don't think, okay, fine, this is something they did in 2 days?
It takes a lot of time to do such a story. It's 48 minutes long, and
48
exactly,
minutes,
it takes a lot of time to do such kind of a story. It took us several months. That's the best I can say. And again, going to archives, trying to speak to people, and it's not easy to speak to members of criminal gangs in this country because they know their targets. So it takes a lot of convincing to speak to these people. And I mean, the rest, I think we'll wait for tonight. Watch it.
Thank you very much for coming. I can't put it better myself. Wait for it this evening. Armies of the Underworld airing tonight on KTN's Choice 2013. 48 minutes long, pitting together, well, not pitting together, bringing together the works of senior political reporter Asha Mwilu and senior investigative journalist Dennis Onsarigo. You really don't want to miss it tonight.